and make the noise. Here we go. 35 laps, green flags out, we're underway. Drake Troutman gets a good run on the outside. He'll take the early lead over Dave Hess Jr. Hess falls back into the second spot. Caution comes out right over here, turn 1 and 2. Looks like that might be the 14L of David Lyons. Distance in this one. Hess and Troutman bringing the field to green. Green flags out, we're back underway. Troutman again with that good start on the outside. He throws it into turns 1 and 2. He's got the momentum. Drake Troutman gonna come over as the leader in turns 3 and 4. Gonna lead lap 1, Drake Troutman. First time here at Erie's. Dave Hess Jr. in second. Mike Knight in third. Bob Dorman running that inside. Look out for that 19. Dorman in fourth. Miley fifth. Troutman's running that outside line. Dave Hess Jr. right in his tracks. 2 laps in the books. Hess takes a look to inside of Troutman. He's got a little bit of run. He takes a look to his inside, right on the back bumper of Troutman. Hess now pulls the slider over in turn 4. New leader, Dave Hess Jr. Troutman falls back to second, Knight third. Keep your eye on that 10 car, Miley. Miley up to 4th. Dorman 5th, Frank 6th. Four laps in the books. Dave Hess Jr. is your leader. Car up on the high side there. Going to call it quits is the 9X Schreckengoss. Schreckengoss pulls off to the pits. Will stay under green. Handful of laps now in this one. 5 laps down, 30 laps to go. Hess already approaching lap traffic. Using that outside cushion. He's got some big momentum coming out of turn 2. As I said, Hess quickly approaching the slower traffic cars. Drake Troutman could be a break for him as he gets into traffic here. Mike Knight starting a challenge for that second spot. Looks like we got trouble for a car on the outside turn 4. That's going to bring out the caution. Caution comes out. We'll see if we'll go back to lap 6 or 7. Green flags out, we're back underway. Dave Hess Jr. takes his lead back here. Mike Knight gets to the inside of Troutman. So Mike Knight able to get up to the second spot. Chubb Frank getting pushed out there a little bit over in turn 2. He's going to lose wholesale position. Some right side damage on the 1 star of Chubb Frank. So Mike Knight now in the second spot. Troutman falls back to 3rd. Bob Dorman fighting back for that 4th spot down on the bottom. How about Bob Dorman? Great run for him. Jared Miley currently in 4th. Dorman trying to make his move. Chad Wright up to 6th. Trouble on the front stretch between Jason Dobson and Cole Wanzer. Brings out the yellow. So a little scary there on the front stretch, but the car's able to get it corrected fast before our leaders come up on. This time by Dave Hess Jr., your leader. Green flags out, we're back underway. Looks like Troutman not able to get the start he wants. That opens the door for Miley. Miley now up to 3rd, but we got trouble over in turn 2. Is your leader. You can start anywhere in between those 2 cones. Miley picks up where he left off, getting them cars on the restart. He gets to the outside of Troutman. Troutman having a rough go on the restarts here. He's now back to the 5th spot. Move the 6th of Chad Wright up to 4th. And we go back under caution. Caution coming out again for the 01W Cole Wanzer over there. 5 laps to go. Dave S. Jr., the leader. Mike Knight running second. Jared Miley now up to the third spot. Chad Wright's having a good run in fourth. Jason Jinko now fifth. Behind at 22, the big tree making some moves there. He is in sixth. Looks like trouble for the 70 at Drake Troutman on the backstretch. He pulls it up high. That's going to bring another caution out here. Troutman brakes, goes high over in turn 4. All right, green flag's back out. We're back underway. Mike Knight gets that good start again. He'll go back into second spot. Miley falls into third. Jinko going to take a look to the outside of Wild Child. Chad Wright, nothing doing up there. He's actually going to lose a couple positions. Chad Wright now gets to the inside of Miley. Battle is for third. Miley holds on at the line. 13 laps in. 22 laps to go. Keep your eye on that 9K. A little bit of white smoke coming out of him, out of turns 1 and 2. Hopefully that's just a tire rub out of Mike Knight's car. Chad Wright right on the back bumper of Jared Miley. Battle for third. White gets to the inside of Miley. They're side by side going into turns 3 and 4. Chad Wright up to the third spot. Bumpy Hedman in fifth. Wyatt Scott sixth. Halfway, 18 laps down, 17 laps to go in this 35-lap contest. Dave S. Jr. leader. Mike Knight runs in second. Chad Wright now up to the third spot. Chad Wright started in 9th. So Chad Wright having a nice run, 9 to 3rd. And he's starting to challenge that 9K car. Keep your eye on the 6 of Chad Wright. Car on the move. Trouble for Mike Knight. He gets into the wall on the backstretch. Mike Knight trying to keep it out of harm's way. Hugs the wall there. So we'll see how that damage fares on the 6 of Chad Wright. He's got that 6 machine moving around really good. Car not able to turn for Chad Wright. He misses a turn. He's going to lose a couple of spots. That'll move Jared Miley back up to second. Wyatt Scott now up to the third spot. Just 9 laps remaining. Dave S. Jr. starting to pull away over Jared Miley. Wyatt Scott Chad Wright able to hold on in that 4 spot. Bumpy Hedman having a top 5 run. Jason Jinko in 6. Hess having a little trouble negotiating turns 1 and 2 there. Misses that turn, able to pick it back up. He's going to come around with just a handful more laps remaining. 5 laps more for Dave Hess Jr. Miley's in 2nd. Wyatt's got 3rd. Miley's not going anywhere here. We'll see if he's able to catch up to the 44 Dave Hess Jr. Two more times around, bullhorns in the air, 2 more times around for Dave Hess Jr. Miley hanging right there with him. He actually closes the gap a little bit coming out of turn 2. Hess still holding the lead here. White flag in the air 1 more time around for Dave Hess Jr. Miley's going to sling her down to the bottom, gets back to the back bumper of Hess. Nothing doing there out of turn 2. Final turns for the 44 Dave Hess Jr. He comes out of turn 4. Give the win to Dave Hess Jr. Jared Miley's 2nd. Wyatt Scott 3rd. Coming to 4th, it's going to be the Wild Child. Chad Wright finishes 4th, and rounding out your top 5, Bumpy Hedman. All right, Dave, I've got the pleasure to talk to you a lot this year. This, you know, with your season, it's been awesome, and just a little bit icing on the cake. You know, this was the Bob Rohrer Memorial. I know you guys had some pretty close ties, and it was one of those things, you know, I was up in the booth a little bit with when Bob owned it, and when the 44 was up front, there was a little more, you know, they don't try to show favoritism, but he had a little bit more smile when this 44 was up towards the front. So I know Bob liked watching you here at Erie's, and again, kudos. I had to look at the stats, but I don't think you won a Bob Rohrer Memorial yet, so a little more icing on the cake here.
Yeah, man, what an awesome year. Boy, that track was technical tonight, and it was a workout there. That high side was just treacherous, but fast. My kind of track, though. You know, I got to thank everybody who makes this thing possible. It's just been a dream season, and it continues, you know, here for us. Just the car was awesome. We took a chance on a hard tire there. I didn't think the track was quite right for it, but just as fast as this place is, I thought we needed it, and I think it was the right tire there at the end. It just kept getting better and better. So just happy to keep this thing out front, and what is a stout field of cars here tonight. So just glad we could get her to victory lane.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. Drake there took the start on you. It seemed like, though, you kept your cool and just worked it back, and then ended up passing him and then never looked back. But, you know, one more night here, one more bit of business yet. Tomorrow, I got to say you're probably the odds-on favorite to win this thing because you've won everything in but the kitchen sink here. So, again, congratulations on a great season here, and, again, glad to have you here each and every week at Erie's.
Thank you again. Yeah, it's just been phenomenal, and hopefully we can keep it up tomorrow night and get this thing in victory lane again. So thanks to all our sponsors, crew, track crew, all you fans out there, everybody who makes, you know, this dirt racing sport what it is. So just glad to glad to have the opportunity to do this, and hopefully we'll see you again here tomorrow night.
All right, let's hear it again for Dave S. Jr. picking up the Mill Run Collision Center Super